Hello guys. Okay, so here I have the Honor 3E by Huawei. So I've did an unboxing video. So just to show you a little bit, it's the latest Huawei design. So this is the Sakura pink color that I have right here. And yeah, there is a notch at the top and it has just very slim bezels. So like I mentioned earlier, this phone feels really great in the hand. Like the build quality is really solid and it's pretty light as well. I wouldn't say it's on the heavy side, but yeah. So first things first, I would like to talk about the performance. So I know there are a lot of Android users out there, but just to very quickly go through this phone. So I think apps open up pretty quickly. Like, yeah, so this is just a browser. Like I'm in China, so Baidu is the equivalent of Google, and it seems to be going pretty quickly. Let me try and hit up Yahoo. Yeah, internet is not very quick here, especially for foreign websites, but yeah, you could see the scrolling is really quick. I mean, okay, so if you go to the camera, like, yeah, it boots up really quickly as well. So yeah, pretty much that. Gallery. So this phone has 4 GB of RAM, and based on the few apps that I have opened here, it has already used up 2.48 GB of RAM. But otherwise, the phone feels really snappy. I have quite a lot of apps in here. I mean, most of these are bloatware. So if you notice, these are the core applications. But when I bought the phone, it comes with all these bloatware. So like there is 9 apps here, another 9 more, 18. Yeah, so there I would say there is about like 50 apps of bloatware. I mean, some of them may be useful, but I would hope that I could just download the stuff that I need. So performance wise, again, just to repeat, if you're looking to buy this phone, it seems pretty quick. Let's see, the new Huawei phone. Yep, pretty quick. Yeah, typo there. So again, your performance is pretty solid. Browser is quick. I mean, these are the apps that you would normally use on a daily basis. Okay. Alright, so just to talk a little bit about the screen. The screen is really sharp and clear. This is a, I think it's a 2280 times 1080p, something like that. Yeah, you can go and Google the specs, but from what I'm seeing, it is really bright. On the camera, it looks a bit yellowish, but it is really white over here. So yeah, it's very clear, very sharp. Pictures turn up very clear as well. So if you notice, like, let me zoom that. So if I view the photo in portrait mode, you see the notch. But I noticed that if you look at it this way, the notch goes away. Like, there is a black bar here that hides the notch. So I don't know what that is. There is no option in the settings to let you remove the notch by placing a black bar at the top. But yeah, so far if you view photos like portrait mode, you see the notch, and when you go to landscape, you don't see the notch. Okay, all right. Yeah, so screen wise, pretty good as well. So I was listening to some music here, and this speaker is surprisingly loud. So it's no point to play it over the phone in this recording because you can't feel the experience. But what I want to say is that the sound is really loud.
Sometimes it's hard to face reality. Even though you might get mad at me.
Yeah, so I was just comparing it to my iPhone 7 Plus, and yeah, the volume wise is really similar. It's just a little bit more full. I would say the sound is pretty good as well, but yeah, it just uses one speaker. So if you cover the bottom part of the speaker, you really can't hear anything. So it's like so soft. And there you go. Okay, so speaker wise, one bottom firing speaker, but it's really good. Okay, next I would like to talk about the camera. So if you go into the camera mode, there are a couple of options here. So let me just swipe to the side. So you see there is Pro Photo, Pro Video, and Pro all that. So tons of modes here. You can try it out one by one if you want it. So some of them are pretty useful. I think there is document scan. You can add watermarks. And if you swipe to the right, you get your settings. So the camera is a 16 megapixel camera. So obviously you're getting, it's a dual 16 megapixel camera. Yep, the basic stuff. So there are a couple of modes here. You can, this is moving picture, they call it moving picture. So it's really similar to Apple's live photos. There is the portrait mode. There is this wide aperture enabled. This wide aperture mode lets you adjust the blurred background, like how much blur you want it to be. So assuming, let me just take this. So I don't think you'll be able to see it here, but yeah, so if you go for the lowest level, notice the Mario at the back, it's still pretty clear. Sorry, that's the widest aperture, yeah. But if you go to smaller aperture, notice the Mario at the back, it's getting blurrier. So look at that again. Clear Mario, blurred out Mario. So this mode gives you a like somewhat similar to a higher end camera feeling to it, because it really blurs out the background. I'll share some photos that I took, so you'll be able to see them. So I noticed the photos, it's pretty decent for the phone of this price. Like this is the night view, like yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah, I'll upload it into the video later. So there's a couple of photos. Yeah, some fries. Yeah. Oh, and let's see, the shooting speed is it's pretty quick as well. I mean, some phones tend to delay a little bit once you hit the shutter button, but this is pretty quick. So again, I would like to say that the photo quality, the image quality of the photos taken by this phone is pretty sharp. It's really sharp. I mean, I'm not a professional photographer, so for an average user like you and me maybe, this phone is definitely good enough to do the job. Like, there's a lot of detail, especially if you look at this photo. So I wouldn't say that the phone suffers a lot in the night, because like even for night shots of landscapes and buildings, it turns out pretty sharp. I'll put more photos in the video later for you to see. So I think I've covered the few main parts of what a user would basically need in a phone. I'm still downloading this game, so I'll see how it works later on. But so from a basic conclusion, like screen wise, I'll give a thumbs up. It's pretty clear, very bright. Responsiveness, I would say, is pretty quick as well. I mean, it's still a new phone, so I guess I'm not sure if it starts to slow down later. It's running on Android 8.0, so responsiveness pretty quick. Speaker wise, pretty good. Camera is also pretty alright. So for this price, again, I would say it's a really good buy. And did I mention that the unlocking is super quick? Yeah, you can't see it right here, but yeah, so pretty quick as well. So I'm design wise, I really like the design of this phone. So if you're regarding the notch, you're either you either love it or hate it. So I think it's pretty alright. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I think this is a great phone, a budget phone for users young, old, whatever. It's a great phone. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.